Hello, we're back on the Sage Creek Cottage project again today. We're in the roofing stage, and I'll take a little bit, talk to you a little bit about the stages and the things you see behind me going on the roof. A little explanation of what you're seeing behind me. At the bottom, starting at the fascia, we have a G-style drip edge. On the tar paper, you can see that there's different colors of tar paper up there. The first two rows are ice and water shield. I explained a little bit about that in one of our other videos. And then above that is your standard tar paper. Then the drip edge goes on. Then from there, the starter piece goes on, which is basically a piece of roofing that doesn't have any slats or grooves in it, and it's just flat, so it seals that bottom edge well. And then the roofing starts from that and works its way up. You can see that there's a stagger in the installation. That's so that the shingles stagger about 1/4 of a shingle per shingle and keeps all the seams from lining up with each other and having areas where water can get in. Here's an example of the roofing shingle that we're using. It's a high definition architectural composition shingle. As you can see behind me, it gives you that varied look. On the back side, I get this question a lot, what are the plastic strip on the back side of a piece of roofing for? This allows the roofing to slide around and get to its place and get nailed down and not stick together. And when the sun comes out, it'll melt this piece off, and behind it some tar, and this piece will melt off and it'll glue itself down piece to piece to piece. So you have a glue strip here and a glue strip here, as well as being nailed. So behind me you can see the roof in progression. Part of it's just tar papered, part of it's completed. So you will be seeing a couple different types of vents here. One of them is more of a turtle vent on the low part of the roof here. That particular vent is for the stove hood. And we have a 6-inch pipe coming from the hood and venting out through the roof. That vent also has a screen in it so birds and stuff can't get in there and live because it'll have warm air coming out of it. Anywhere that a bathroom vent, a stove vent, or any other HVAC ventilation penetration comes through the roof, you'll have that sort of vent on it, a cap on it, waterproof cap. On this end of the roof, over my shoulder here, you can see that there's a plumbing vent that's being prepared to be flashed into the roof. On top of the tar paper, there's a square area where there's ice and water shield. Installed on top of that is the starter for this seal. Then the roofing will come through, and then this boot will also slide down on the pipe, and this rubber seal will seal against the pipe, and this metal will flash in with the roofing, and that'll give you a double layer seal around that plumbing pipe so that water cannot run down and end up in the attic. Over this shoulder, you can see the plumbing boot installed in the roof and completely finished product ready for winter and the rain. On the HVAC boot, it's the same general purpose, has the same flashing around it. You can't see it up there because it's black on those, but it does not have this rubber boot. It has a little different system with a dome that sheds water around it because the airflow needs to be able to move out of the front of it on the low side and allow the ventilation to leave the attic or whatever pipe that is supplying the ventilation to it. From this point, really all that's left to complete is obviously there's a little bit of roofing to put back on. The vented ridge cap will be put on. That's a 2-stage process. There's a piece that goes on that allows the airflow to come out the ridge, and then there's roofing that goes over the top of that so that it matches and everything goes together. But the little bit of roofing that's left and the ridge cap, and we have a completed roof.